Okay. So this is about the IELTS reading part where people think that, oh, I need to score band 7, band 8 out of 9. And people even score band 9 for your information. But the only problem is reading is a time consuming process for many people. All right. And that generally happens because many a times we do not have the habit of reading. Okay. We read, of course, we know English. So we know the spellings, we know grammar, we know words. We can read the words as text. Okay. But we do not retain that. So in the first 30 minutes, we are just going to focus on reading. We're just going to focus on, understanding how to read, what to filter, how to read fast, and all those aspects. All right. So, the variety of topics. Many a times people think, what should I read? Should I pick up a newspaper and start reading? You can. I don't deny that. But the topics in reading are more research oriented. Okay. When it comes to especially academic reading. All right. Academic reading in the sense, all the students who are going for university applications. Okay. Orals in nurses and medical professionals. Okay. Sometimes even teachers and CAs are expected to take as is academic. All these people are going to get research oriented. Research oriented in the sense the topics are not that simple or day to day topics. For example, global warming. Although we talk about global warming as a concept, as one, technical aspect, I don't think many of the general audience or commoners know about, exactly what's happening in the global warming world. All right. That's what are the scientists discussing and what and how it actually happens. Right? Willpower. This is a psychological topic, something which is related to our attitude towards life. This is about Maori fish hooks. This is about ancient history, about how they did the fishing or how they really had some tools. This is about the education philosophy, the way we have now new policy, national policy, education policy. If you have read about it, you can relate to it. I'm not saying exactly the same, but the words, vocabulary, and all, you can relate to it. This is about sense of flavor. Like my father lost the sense of smell really 10 years back. And it was difficult for him initially because when he was tasting the food, he really couldn't relate to it as maybe a mango, okay, or maybe something like it's a sour or spicy. So the sense of flavors, sense of smell, sense of touch, feelings, all these are different topics in the same area. All right. So this is all related to our brain and glands and nerves. All right. Then volatility. Volatile means something which changes rapidly or something which changes the form. All right. So volatility skills. Skills means what? Sometimes you're too high, sometimes you're too low. Bipolar disorders. Anybody knows about bipolar disorders?
No.
Yes.
Yes. No.
No.
Okay. Do you know Honey Singh?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Honey
Do you
saying,
know?
oh,
Do you know that he was not in the market in the music area in the industry for like last 3 to 5 years, and he's now making a
Yes.
comeback? Yeah, because he was going.
yes.
The simple word is depression, but the technical word is bipolar disorder, wherein you think
Bipolar
at
disorder.
one moment, yeah, bi means two, polar means two poles, two extremes. At one moment, you feel
Okay.
like happy, I'm at the top of the world, I'm the king, I'm doing great. Maybe after half an hour, you feel hopeless. Nothing is going to happen. Why only me? Why did I fail? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So Sushant Singh Rajput was also probably, talked about. I mean, he was also going through it. That is what people talk about. I'm not sure. Please verify the details. But I'm just saying that mostly the celebrities or the people who get success, immediate success, all these people can face this because they don't know how to handle the success or they really cannot handle the media attention or the trolling part of it. So they can go through these things. Deepika Padukone, you know that? You know about her history,
Yes.
mental depression? Yes. So it could be
Yes.
something related to that. Then, how war debris is the spelling, debris is the pronunciation, could cause cancer. That means now we are talking of cancer, but now we are also connecting it to war debris. Okay. How? That article will tell you. All right. Changes in the air. Which air? General, which is around you. Okay. So we are talking about maybe
Okay.
pollution, temperature, humidity, how it is impacting us. Sunny days for Silicon. If it's Silicon Valley, then it's the place. Sunny days means I can see some. What are these? As per your
Solar
knowledge?
panels.
Perfect.
Solar.
So solar panels means renewable energy. People are probably using this renewable energies, instead of fossil fuel. So possibly we're talking of something related to sustainability. Okay. Then the beginning of intelligence. What do you see this as?
Brain.
Intelligence. What is this? Brain.
Brain.
Yes. And what is this left hand side part?
Some
Technical
network,
brain.
that IT
Ah,
network.
IT.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a circuit. All right. It looks more like a circuit, right? Connections
Yes.
and all. Okay, electric board, electronic board, whatever you call it. So it's more of an organized engineering part, more intellectual. And what is this side then?
Artistic.
Artistic, yes. So if you have generally read about the brain and how
Left
people
side
are,
and right side.
yes, absolutely.
Mm.
So the left side is more organized and the right side is more creative. Left side is more formula oriented, process oriented. Right side is more spontaneous. Okay. Something which wants to do, with a liberty. So these are the psychological things, brain related things which you're talking of. All right. Do you know the types of intelligence? How many types of intelligence are there?
I just know artificial intelligence.
Okay. That's not your intelligence.
No clue.
It, okay. Yeah. But generally, our intelligence is seen on our report card. Yes. Mostly you look at the
Ah,
report card and say, oh, ये बंदा IIT में जाएगा, oh, 90%, 50% fail हो रहा है, बुद्धू है. Right? This is how people label, right? Based on what? Academic intelligence, right? But there are different types of intelligence. So there's this emotional intelligence. Do you know that? EQ, EI,
Yes.
emotional,
Emotional
quotient.
quotient.
emotional quotient. So there are people in the room and you can sense just from the body language, somebody's tone, somebody's that somebody's not well, somebody's extremely happy, and looking into the eyes of a person, you can understand the emotions, and that is called as the emotional intelligence, right? There is, so these are quotients, okay, intelligence of quotient. There's also logical reasoning, logical. A person might be intelligent when it comes to grasping, but he may not be logical all the time, okay? There's adversity quotient as well. You know what is adversity? Adversity.
No.
What is adverse effect?
Negative.
Mm.
Negative effect, right? So adversity means हम लोग के ऊपर जो दुख के पहाड़ टूट पड़ते हैं. You understand what is adversity? You're in an adverse situation. During Corona, most of the people population on earth was in the adverse situation. Means what adversity means? Some bad situations, you can simply remember. Okay. So adversity quotient in the sense when you're going through a bad phase of life or a bad situation, something where you are undecided, something where you have dilemma. Okay. That time, how do you deal with that? There are many people who would panic. There are many people who take wrong decisions. There are many people who would not take decisions, right? So adversity quotient also tell us about how a human reacts in the situations and take control of the life. Okay. So these are the types of intelligence. There are more. Okay. There's something which is related to spatial. What is spatial? Something which is related to space, visual. Okay. So if I tell you, if I turn this hook like this to the left and then 30 degrees here, how it will look like? That is the visual reasoning. That's another type of intelligence. So there are different types of intelligence. So geometrically, how that 3D figure would look like. There are only few people who can imagine this, right? Then the topic again is crisis of fresh water. Can you see the earth getting squeezed? This is earth.
yes.
Looks like a clay earth, right? And crisis of fresh water,
Yes.
that means we are squeezing out everything from the earth. Okay, like a ball, right? How powerful the images can be. So this is something like a sustainability topic, environment, nature. All right. Then it comes to brief history of plastic. I'm sure we all know plastic, but do you know there are different types of triangles on the base of the bottle? You must have seen triangles with numbers inside 1, 2, 3. If not, turn the plastic bottle which you have around, okay, any plastic bottle,
Yes.
it might have a triangle. Okay, it also
Yeah.
shows the type, or I would say the plastic recyclability factor. All right. So there are very fine things about plastic which we did not know, and how it started, why it started, how it is now a pain point, so on and so forth. We are getting into the history of plastic. Now, although we are now
It
right
is
now
not
talking,
proper triangle. It is in
it's like
the
yes,
arrow shape, right?
yes, the arrows which are going, the recyclability. You can go on and on and on about it. Okay,
Ah,
so right now we are talking about brief history of plastic, but also there could be brief history of, let's say, tea, okay, or coffee or silk, okay, or maybe talk about anything like malls, okay, any concept which is trending, okay, any millet, all right, cosmetic industry, pharma, medical, green tea. It can be anything around you right now. You should know the history of it. I mean, if you try to read like that, that could be one of the IELTS topics. Okay,
Hmm.
all clear? So what does this suggest? This suggests that IELTS is around us when it comes to the topics, but at the same time, we really do not read in detail about these topics on a daily basis. Okay? Do you know how coffee is made? I'm sure you must have had coffee in the last 2, 3 days, or at least in a lifetime once. You know coffee,
Yes.
right?
yes.
As a hot beverage.
Coffee beans.
Coffee beans. Do you know which fruit bears the coffee beans? फ्रूट का नाम क्या
Hmm.
है उसका प्रोसेस क्या
Cocoa.
है
Uh,
कोको राइट कोको कैसे दिखता है डज इट
cocoa.
लुक लाइक अ मैंगो ग्रेप
Red.
वाटरमेलन हाँ
No, like
Mango.
it's
Mango.
cherry.
Green.
green okay and Rupa is saying what red
After that, it
okay
get red now.
okay all right so it's actually a pulpy fleshy sorry not fleshy fruit which opens up and there is a pod inside that and it is dried and it is powdered and there's a process behind it if you watch that process on YouTube you'll be amazed you'll remember that when the topic is related to ideas coffee making all right do you know how the wine is
Ah,
made the process of making wine I'm sure you must have
From
tasted at some point
grapes.
of
yes.
life
From
grape
grapes.
right so have you ever been to any wine festival, grape crushing festival in Nashik, Tula? Any of these experiences of your life?
I have
Yes? No?
experienced Sula.
Okay, all right. Directly drinking wine, or you have experienced how this how it goes through the process, the barrels.
No.
Okay, all right. Always watch whatever you're holding for your breakfast, for your lunch, for your meals. Okay, anything can become part of IELTS. All right. Now, next
Yeah.
thing. Many times people tell me, I can't. This is so boring. I can't do it. Okay. So I tell people, you need to read to visualize. Okay. Now for the moment, please visualize. Anybody can visualize what is koi? Do not Google, okay? Be honest. Anybody can visualize what is koi? Just say yes.
No.
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 Yes, no. Okay. Can anybody imagine
No.
what is manatee?
No.
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 No. Can anybody imagine wormhole?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Somebody
No.
said yes. Who? Rupa. What is wormhole?
Yeah.
What is wormhole according to you?
Space when it is very warm.
Related to space. Okay. What is
It's WOR.
procrastination?
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Anybody knows procrastination?
Yeah, thinking too extreme to the negative thing.
No, no, that's not procrastination. Right now, many of us are procrastinating throughout the day. Okay. As a human, you procrastinate. That's a habit. Okay. I'll tell you. Laterite. Do you know laterite? Yes, no.
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 Just saying yes, no. No. All right.
Mm,
Do you know serotonin?
yes,
What is it?
it's a hormone secreted
Hormone.
in the brain.
Right.
Happy
And what is
hormone,
it?
one of the
Happy
happy hormone.
hormone. Right. Absolutely right. Now, out of this, we have
Karen.
six ideas. Okay. And
Huh.
most of you are blank about these six ideas. So if these words or the topics around this would be there, probably it will be a little difficult for you to imagine in the initial phase. Okay. Now I'll show you. Okay.
Okay.
Visualize with me. All right. Let's do one by one. Oh, I didn't put one word. Okay. This one, this in the corner, left hand side. Can you see
Koi
this?
fish.
Is a
Koi
koi
fish.
Oh.
fish?
Yeah. Koi
Oh,
is a fish. All right. Can you guess what is manatee out of this?
maybe this a black
This
hole type
The
it is.
hole that
black hole?
the and
That hole?
This is right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the blue color one.
the blue color one. Then what is wormhole in
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Wow, this
No,
That's
that
this
warm. That's wormhole, I
this
guess.
is wormhole. This is
Ah,
wormhole.
this is wormhole. Okay.
Huh,
And
yeah.
then what is manatee?
Manatee,
That
maybe that
seal type
water.
animal.
What?
Yeah, here. Okay, this looks like a
Achha, this.
hippopotamus in
Okay.
the in the water. Okay, baby
Hmm.
hippopotamus, yes. But again, it's in the water, right? So manatees are in the water, koi fish is in the water. Serotonin, can you see this?
Huh,
This is some chemical formula, right? But at the same time, I've given another image to
huh.
relate to. It's a willpower hormone. It's a happy hormone. Okay, so there are four
Hmm.
hormones:
Okay.
dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins, and serotonin. All right, you should also know about cortisol, right? What is laterite?
Okay. Maybe
What is
this
procrastination?
rock. Just a
Rock, yes, laterite. You must have seen this kind of
huh,
a stone
rock.
when you go to resorts or in the Konkan Belt coastal area.
Yes.
This red color, okay, chira,
Red
okay,
rock.
red rock, right? So that's laterite, okay. What is
Huh.
procrastination now?
Oh.
You can see 15 reasons why you procrastinate, right? So procrastination as a word is nothing but कल करते, बाद में करते, अभी नहीं, अभी कुछ और करते. Okay, why people procrastinate means what? Now there are many people who complete their IELTS training, but still they do not book their IELTS exam. Why? Because there is this fear of failing. They have
Hmm.
fear of failing. कि नहीं हुआ तो,
Failing.
right? They don't like getting out of your comfort zone. That means not your comfort, their comfort zone. All right. So these people do not like when they procrastinate. बोलते कि नहीं यार अभी तो मैं पार्टी अटेंड करूंगी. नहीं अभी तो मैं थक गई हूँ. नहीं, I'm like dead now. So that's a comfort zone. They want to sleep. They want to eat. They want to go out. They want to feel happy. They want to do. They don't want to do certain things. Right? That's the reason people procrastinate. आज नहीं कल करते. कल से exercise शुरू. Okay. कल IELTS task 1. That kal doesn't come in. And that's the reason when you put your foot down and do it now, you start going against your comfort zone. That is where the success comes in. All right. Leaving things for later, kal. Okay. Trying to be perfect. There are many people who say, actually, I wrote, but I don't like it. So I'll send you a better one. I said, I'm not really expecting a better one. Whatever you write in the first attempt, let me go through it. Then we'll discuss and then you make it better. Like having expectations that
Yeah.
are too high. I want band 8. Otherwise, I'll not write. I'm not happy with myself. Okay. Being overwhelmed. Oh, today's 2, yesterday's 2, day before yesterday's 2, 6 letters. So people don't write a single letter. You know, they end up really writing 0 letters because they get too overwhelmed. Right? You don't know what to do. There are many people who keep nodding. Okay. Understood? Yes. Any doubt? No. All good? Yes. And when they actually have to submit, sorry, actually, I have a doubt. Now, after some time, 1 week, 15 days, they ask me doubt, right? So you don't know what to do, you don't know how to do it. So this is the lack of motivation, and you're distracted by other things. Trust me, major issues that we have is distraction, right? There are so many things happening parallelly in our life, and everybody is pulling us in their direction. Friend call करके बोलते हैं आज fish festival है वर्षों में आओगा क्या? आएगा क्या? Sorry. You say, oh yes, okay. Then your mother says, DMart जाना है, आएगी क्या? नहीं. अरे friend के साथ जाने के लिए ready? You're not coming with me. I do like this. You don't do that. You don't. And you say, okay, I'm coming. All right. Then Pooja calls you and says, have you written the letter and draft? No, sorry, Pooja. I'm so tired. Blah blah. So Pooja is not here to listen to your reasons. Pooja also gives you back and says that I'm not here to listen to your excuses. So everybody is trying to pull you in the different direction, right? So you're distracted by a lot of things. You don't have priorities in the place for every hour, right? Right now you're sitting here. I'm sure 90% of your focus is here. 10% Chirag is like thinking
Yes.
of the other thing. Rakshit is smelling the food. Rupa is thinking of and looking at the dog around. Monica is looking at her daughter.
No, there is
वो
not.
गिर
There
रही
is
है
no
कि नहीं
one
गिर
around.
रही है, है ना? So I'm hoping that everybody is trying to focus at least, right? But yes, we are always distracted. Okay. So the graphics. Now I go back to the same slide. Now can you imagine koi
Yes.
Yes.
humanity? You have some image?
Yes.
Vanity?
Yes.
Wormhole?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Procrastination?
Mm.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Ma.
Procrastination?
Ha.
Yes. Laterite?
Yes.
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 Serotonin?
Yes.
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 Now, what
Yes.
happened?
Yes.
Yes.
Just 5 minutes back, your brain had a void. Void means what? वहाँ gap था. Okay. If I
गैप
say
बड़ा
कोई,
गैप.
हाँ.
हाँ, कोई था तो कोई नहीं था brain में. कोई के लिए कोई नहीं था brain में. Okay. So there was nothing in your brain which could relate to it. What is koi? I have no idea. Okay, now khane ki cheez, the forest, the animal. I couldn't really get into any direction. Now I know koi is a fish. So I can imagine any colorful
हाँ.
fish in the water, though I've not seen it very closely. I know what to imagine. Manatee ऐसे hippopotamus जैसा है. I don't know all the details of it. Okay, but पानी में कुछ तो animal
हाँ.
होता है. Wormhole is, I don't know exactly how it happens, what happens, where it happens, but I know something related to space. Okay. Procrastination, I still may not have understood everything about it, but I know it's about postponing things, right? Laterite, I know it's geography, soil, rock, right? So now I've got some
हाँ.
image in my brain which relates to these words, right? So when I think of serotonin, now
Yes.
I immediately have a happy brain, smiling brain, or smiley, which says, hey, I'm here in your brain. Okay, and let's do something, willpower
Yes.
hormone. So what happened 5 minutes back is that there was a gap in that that space where you couldn't relate to the word. And that happened because we have no idea of everything, okay, related to that. Okay. Now, so one more thing, I actually forgot to put the word here, but there's this image here. What can you think of this image? What this could be? What do you
It's
think?
a hydro plant,
Hydro,
either or it is an STP. Oh, sorry, not an STP. It is
STP,
a STP.
sewage
Yeah.
water, sewage treatment.
No, no.
Hmm.
Sewage treatment something,
Okay.
or
Mm-hmm.
it is a desalination plant or something.
Nice. I really like, how Rakshit is trying to connect in all the different directions which is thinking of. Perfect. So actually it is one of the options which you mentioned last, desalination unit. What is desalination unit other than Rakshit? Desalination. D. Everything D. Deplete, delete, deleterious,
Remove. Something to
remove.
remove.
Yes.
Water
Saline,
treat.
saline.
Salt. Less
Salt.
salt
Right. You remove salt. From where would you remove the salt?
from seawater.
From the
Perfect.
sea
That's
water or
right.
the
Yes.
ocean.
See how a brain actually can connect. Perfect. So, which regions actually use the seawater? Do we salinate in India? Desalinate in
No,
India,
in
sorry.
Gulf countries they use it.
Yes, absolutely right. Okay, mostly in the Gulf countries, these desalination units are there. And can you imagine the kind of industry they have to build to just remove the salt because they don't have
Hmm.
fresh water resources, and we have rivers, ponds, lakes, so on and so forth, right? So this is the entire setup which is there on the coastal areas of the Middle East, where they have to desalinate water before they consume, right? It's a very interesting topic which everyone should know. So when you say that I can't read, I can't remember what I'm reading, it's majorly because the problem is not your reading, the problem is your relation to that or visualization. Okay, so if you want to score higher, okay, you need to know these two types of skills. One is scanning. All right. So when I tell you that you have to find Eurasia, I know I can see the word here because it's in capital. When I tell you find desert, desert. Diversity, diversity. North America, North. So you
Nice.
found just those words. Now if I ask you, what was the text all about? Do you remember reading? No. I just remember there are some places, desert, some height, some 2.2, 2.5, something like that. Africa. Do you understand? So what happens in scanning?
Yes.
We just read those words. Okay. So our focus is only on this word at a time, the second word, third word, so on and so forth. Now I'm going to ask you a few words. Please find those words for me. All right. Let's do it together. Social.
Yes. Got it.
Good. Good. Only one person got it. Others?
Complex social learning.
Others didn't get?
No. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Social, yeah, complex social structure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now scanning. How people are scanning mostly like this. Oh, social किधर है किधर है किधर है किधर है किधर है किधर है. Then this is how your eyes are moving. Are they moving like this? किधर है किधर है किधर है? You have a problem.
Yes.
Okay. Your
Yes.
eyes should be
Yes, yes.
here. In the center. Okay. Do not panic. You'll get somewhere in a sequence. All right. So you should look left, right, left, right, left, right, and then go down. Okay.
Hmm.
So when you randomly read, okay, what happens? You are not really reading anything, and you don't really get to actually find anything. Okay. So now you know. Also, I'm giving a clue that all the words which I'm going to ask will be in sequence. That means the next word which I'm going to ask will not be in the first two lines. It will be after that.
Hmm.
Okay. Is your life easier now? Okay. Find out.
Yes.
Next, deep.
Sorry, एक
Got
minute.
it.
Deep. Deep. D
Yeah,
W.
third
Capital
line.
for S.
Third
Perfect.
line.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Next word, antelope. Antelope.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, got
Yes.
it.
Second
First
last.
line.
Antelope waist effect.
Yes.
Second last line. First.
All right. Common.
Yes, first line,
Yes, got it.
fourth word from the
Second
Yeah.
paragraph.
Okay, huh.
Right.
Common feature.
Undigested.
Yeah,
Say
in the
next
middle.
Got
line.
it.
Undigested food.
Yeah, undigested food in there.
Exclusively.
Third last line.
First word.
Yes. That's it.
Yes.
See now how you got it so easily, because now you know you have to
Yes.
go like this down. Right? First word, kidhar hai, kidhar hai, kidhar hai, kidhar hai, kidhar hai. So we are like going all over the place. Don't do that. Okay? Sometimes it happens that to find the first one, you may have some challenges. But once you find the first one, you know that it's going to go in a sequence in the actual IELTS examination, and hence our reading becomes easier after the first one. Okay? This is called a scanning. So right now I have no idea what I'm reading. Okay? I just know that I have to find these words. Okay? So this is called as scanning as a process. All right? Scanning means scanning something specific, the name, the date, the numbers, okay, or maybe something like universities. It's easy to find, E capital, S capital, N capital. Okay, it's very easy to find those
I
numbers like 25, yes, 2.2. These are the easier versions as compared to maybe if I say deep. It's very difficult to find out the word deep. Okay, if it's everywhere and I have no starting point, if I have to scan everywhere, it's difficult to find this small word hidden somewhere in maybe a passage of 400, 500 words. Okay?
Even I have one question.
Yes, please ask.
Actually, I have habit of reading all the text,
Right.
and I answer questions simultaneously.
Okay.
So it becomes easy for me.
Perfect.
If I scan the topic or if I scan something, then
Uh-huh.
I don't remember after some time.
Perfect.
Means what I
Perfect.
have read or something like that.
Scanning is not to remember. All right. The second technique is to
Right.
remember. Skimming. Okay. I'll show you the options.
Okay.
But skimming, what is skimming? So what you should be ideally doing for skimming is, say, I'll read like this. If these are my eyes, I'm reading something. I'm going to skip a lot of words. So don't think that, oh, she's reading something very fast. I'm going to skip words. All right. See this. Bovids, I have no idea what is bovids. Okay. But I'm assuming they are some animals after reading something. Okay. Bovids are well represented in some parts of some places. But in contrast, they are by far the most numerous and diverse. In some spaces are solitary, but others live in, so again, a contrast, large groups. So it is about, do they live individually or in a group? Okay. Although contrast, always have adapted a wide range of habitats, like how, where they stay. Okay. How they stay individually or a group, where they stay. From so and so to so and so, so and so, so and so, they favor some places like grassland something. So kaha rehte hai? Where? This diversity is also matched by great diversity of size and form. So I imagine size means chota and bada. Okay, so size and form. Right? At one extreme is the royal something, something is stand, something at the other. So there are two contrasts which are given. Despite the differences, again a contrast, but despite is like they're coming back to common features. Bovids are united by the possession of certain common features. Which common features must be given down? Got it? So what I remember is this para is about how they live, individual or group, where do they live, size and the forms, and some common features. Do I know the details? No, I don't know the details. But if there's a question on where they live, I know there's somewhere here that they're living, and then I have to find. All right. So there are two types of questions, two types of skills, I would say. One is scanning, that is helpful in the questions like filling the blanks. They're helpful in the questions like true, false, and not given because they're in sequence. Okay. But skimming is what you actually do when you start reading as an avid reader. Okay. तो जिनको अच्छा reading करने की आदत होती है या जिनको fast reading करने की आदत होती है, they don't want to learn vocab and grammar and all these things. They are just looking out for the sketch or the skeleton. Outline क्या है story का. They do skimming. Correct?
Right.
And also for list of headings and all, we are going to do skimming. All right. So you are going to find out what is the theme of this passage, not all the details. Now, whether that was Australia, North America, South America, you'll come back and reread and confirm. You'll not remember all those details, whether it was 25 centimeter, 25 meter, 25 tha, 35 tha. I'm not going to read all those details. Okay, usko bolte hai skimming. That is called as skimming. All right. So to quickly conclude and
Yes.
restart the next thing is like if you want to
Okay.
score higher, okay, many people will tell you read. I'm one of them. Okay, read, keep reading. Okay, like Vidya Balan says, entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. Similarly, there's no escape from reading. But along with that, I would also want to stress that read to importantly visualize. When you're reading something, you have to have some visual graphics, some image from YouTube, from your life, some from web series, documentary, book, newspaper, magazine to connect. Second, understand. So when I say manatee, I know it's an animal in the water. So obviously I need to understand, everything is breeding cycle, reproduction, really who's going to eat, what it is going to eat, everything will be underwater, right? So when I say understand, I also need to relate to it. So probably I related it to maybe something which I already know. Let's say hippopotamus, but hippopotamus is in the is on the land, and this is in the water, right? So sometimes we have to relate to what we already know. Okay, so if you're talking of deep forest of Africa, you do not know what are the forest of Africa or the trees in Africa. It's okay. You visualize your trees in Mumbai, wherever it is, right? But visualize, understand, and relate to retain. That's the final conclusion.